Good afternoon. Am I speaking with Mr. Flabby?
Dear Flabby, I've got a question for you. I have a little problem. So
Dear Flabby and Cheeks Doug, exactly how fat are you? When you get on the scale, does it say error? Could you fit a small animal or child into your folds? Also, I have a problem at school. One of the students today, who is a man, wore a tight leather shirt, stripper boots, and a wife beater.
Start over.
Wore a tight leather skirt, my bad, stripper boots, and a wife beater. I asked him, "What's with the getup, dude?" And it said verbatim, "It's ma'am," and walked away. At this point, I realized who cares, was waiting, I'm assuming it's supposed to be wearing, a raccoon tail. My question is, what the fuck? What do you recommend I do with this situation? Do you think that that's real? Do you think that actually happened? Or do you think he's making it up for effect?
I think we have to at least pretend that it was a real question submitted by. So this was submitted by somebody that we know is real.
Right.
It was submitted by somebody that I don't know who.
Right.
So with that being said, we have to just treat it as it's a question.
So leather skirt, stripper boots, and a wife beater, and a raccoon tail. I just the fact that you would look at that and go up to him and say, "Hey, what the fuck, dude? Why are you doing that?" I think the best way to treat any of this is ignore it, like it doesn't even exist. If this person comes up and talks,
fuck that, no fucking way.
Why? If this person comes up and talks to you, just walk. You're not a real human being. There's no way that a real
Stranger
person.
danger.
Right. I need you to move away from me. You're not real.
I got it. Okay. If instead of stranger danger, if you see somebody like with 5 o'clock shadow and they're wearing the boots and a raccoon tail, you say, "Tranic panic."
I love it. Throw your arms up and run away.
Dear Flabby, dear Flabby, dear Flabby.
Oh God. Yep, I think that's the advice right there. The longer people like just let this go and just be like, yeah, okay, cool, this person's expressing themselves, the worse this is all going to get. It sucks that I have to be the one to say this, because normally, like, I think people should do whatever they want to do, but I think that in any society there has to be boundaries. There fucking has to. You can't run any sort of cohesive society without fucking boundaries.
I have a question for you.
All right.
Let's say I don't want to say you're at work. You're just out in public, okay? And somebody starts walking up the aisle pushing a cart, and you recognize them. And you tell your wife, "Hey, there's Mark." And she says, "Oh no, that's not Mark anymore. He goes by Sheila."
Yeah.
And please don't say he. Use the pronoun she.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
More than likely, I would try to say, okay, yeah, I don't care. It doesn't hurt me to try to be somewhat accommodating to you. So, but more than likely, if I'm looking at you right now, I can't in normal conversation call you she. It just won't happen because my brain looks at you with a beard and sees a he. So the conversation would be forced, because every second of the conversation I would be thinking,
don't say he, don't say he, don't say he, don't say he.
Exactly. Like, I know you as Mark and now you're Sheila. My brain has to process that every second that I'm talking. And that is not any way to communicate. So in that interaction, I would probably try my hardest to be respectful, because I don't want to be a fucking asshole. But I would also try to limit my exposure to that person.
Okay, so now you're back in the car with your wife. and you're referencing the conversation, do you reference it as Mark or Sheila?
Mark.
But his name is Sheila now.
No. I mean, his name can be whatever, but if I'm talking about somebody that I know as Mark, I'm going to call them Mark. I'm not going to carry that delusion to conversations that have nothing to do with him. If I'm talking to my wife,
What
I'm
if
talking about Mark.
What if he has legally gotten his name changed to Sheila?
It's a hard question, but I would probably say Mark.
Okay. So let's say that when your daughter gets married,
Mhm.
she's going to take the name of somebody else.
Mhm.
I almost just used my last name as her new first name.
Awesome.
So let's say she marries somebody named Smith.
Mhm.
So Rosanna, not your name now, Rosanna Smith.
Mhm.
So are you going to just continue to call her old name, or are you going to call her new name?
No, of course not. I'll call her new name.
Why? What's the difference?
What did I just started this conversation with? There has to be boundaries, and that's in the boundaries. Do you not? I mean, that's a tradition. That's what we've done. That's all. It's within the boundaries. I'm not telling you it's right or wrong. I'm telling you there has to be boundaries, and that's where they are.
But there's new traditions born every fucking minute, and this
Right.
happens to be one of them.
Right. And in 30 years, everybody can just call everybody whatever they want. But I work within the framework that I know. I mean, I think everybody should do that. Work within the framework that you know. If you're comfortable calling Mark Sheila, okay, I'm not going to shame you for that. I'm not. That's not how this works. The problem that I have with all of this stuff is the like force. Like you were
Hold
trying
on.
to.
What fucking question are we answering?
I don't fucking even remember. Who cares? Was waiting a raccoon wearing a raccoon tail. My question is, so we're answering what the fuck?
Hope that helped.
I got nothing. I don't know. Sheila, I hope that helped.